top5rapwebsite.com. You already know what's going on. Today I'm reviewing the Tina Snow LP by Megan Thee Stallion. Now, some of you already know Megan Thee Stallion. She's huge on social media right now. I did a compilation of her freestyles, all of her radio freestyles until this point. A lot of you have probably already seen that, so make sure you go view that when you get a chance. Megan Thee Stallion, she's from Texas. She's an up-and-coming rapper, still a college girl. You know, there's probably one of two ways you found out about Megan. One is through her, seductive dancing videos online, and the other is through her freestyles, her rapping. Now, what I like most about Megan is that she doesn't sound like a pretty girl that, is trying to rap. She sounds like a natural rapper, just doing what they do. And I feel like, with female and with male rappers today, record labels and these marketing companies, they're creating rappers. So they have a whole team around this one person who's a marketable face, a marketable figure, and they're adding this and that to make this person a full rapper. So there are times where when you hear these rappers rap, they don't really sound like natural rappers. They sound like really put together and really contrived. Megan is very obviously a rapper. She's a very natural rapper. She flows very naturally. There's no question as to whether or not she's writing her music or whether or not she can spit. Now, I think what women love most about Megan Thee Stallion is she's taking the dominant position, as opposed to, men and in her relations with men in her music. So she's saying things on the Tina Snow album that you really would expect a male rapper to say about women. She's saying it's the man. So it's like she's taken all these, misogynistic lines and she's turned it on the men, and that's really interesting to hear for me. Some of the things that she says on this album, she has a quote where she says, "Stop looking my pussy, it's aggravating." So she's flipping it on you. So you got rappers who rap about girls who bite the dick and do all this other stuff. She's just flipped it on you, like, stop licking it so hard, it's aggravating. And she said that on Freakin' Nasty. Another one thing she said, "I ain't chose to play a life, it chose me." She said that on Good At. The song Good At. So she's dressing herself, her vernacular, and that of a male rapper. But she's just flipping it on you, like, I'm the player. The player life chose me. Like, it's not the other way around, my dude. I enjoyed this album. My favorite songs, the intro, What the Fuck I Want. I really like Good At. I like Cognac Ocean. I like Big Ol' Freak. I like Tina Montana, that was okay. And I liked Cocky as Fuck, which is the outro. I like the beat on that one. The bass hits really hard. And yeah, again, Meg, she's a very natural rapper. This is what she does. Some of my favorite quotables. She said, "Stop calling him a trick if he only buys your food." So she's basically saying like he's not tricking on you. Like, he's not spending no money on you, he's just buying you food. You got him saved as food. Like, he's not really buying you the clothes and the phones and all this other stuff that, you may want as a woman. He just buying your food, so he's not tricking on you. She's telling the women, like, y'all got the game messed up. And she's telling the men, y'all got the game messed up. Like, you ain't spending no money, he ain't spending nothing on you. Another thing she said, "I could pull a nigga in some chill shit." So shout out to the women who can go out there in the sweats, basic long sleeve, hair up, and still get the looks. And shout out to the ones who can't. Another quote, this is off the song Never. She said, "Shut the fuck up when I'm talking, little nigga. I can see these bitches spoil you, but I'm a player, so I see the toy in you." So again, that's her just taking that dominant role, and it's like anti-misogynistic, and I appreciate when I hear rappers say things that I've never heard before. Like, the dopest rappers to me are rappers who say things in a fresh way so they can flip the same topic over and over again and still make it sound fresh, and rappers who say things that I really haven't heard. So you don't really hear talk like this dominant talk outside of women like Trina or the City Girls. So shout out to Meg. And I like Big Ol' Freak. because it had a Immature sample. Immature is the group led by Marcus Houston, and it has that song Is It Love. They sampled Is It Love on Big Old Freak, so real dope beat. If I were to rate this album, I'll give it 3.5 stars. You know, I liked half the album. Half the album I'm taking, you know, saving it, putting it on my playlist. I can't rate it any higher than that just because of personal preference. This album has a lot of trap influence, like on What the Fuck I Want, like on Hot Girl, like on Tina Montana, like on Never. And trap is just really not my cup of tea. Like, I don't dislike it, but it's not something that I, you know, go towards or something that I'm eager to play. And that's from women or men. And also shout out to Megan Thee Stallion for watching Moneybagg Yo. Moneybagg Yo came on the track on Make a Bag, and again, I just told you I don't really like trap, so Moneybagg Yo, trap rapper, so I don't really favor that type of music. So when Moneybagg Yo came on, but I do like Young Dolph, and Moneybagg Yo kind of sounds like Young Dolph to me, but Megan Thee Stallion definitely got the best out of him on that track. And also, I feel like the content is kind of redundant. It doesn't really hurt her on this album because it's only 10 songs, 30 minutes, but you know, it's something that I noticed, especially with the trap production. You know, if you listen and go back to what I said my favorite songs were, What the Fuck I Want, Good At, Cognac Ocean, Big Old Freak, Tina Montana, Cocky as Fuck. Those are kind of the non-trap sounding songs. Like Cognac Queen, Good At, those are not really trap. What the Fuck I Want is trap, but it's such a hard intro that, you know, I mess with it. But you know, my favorite song on here is probably Good At. And Cognac Queen, and these are kind of the more non-trap type songs. Big Old Freak is still very trap influenced with the heavy bass and the, you know, rattling hi-hats, but it has that 90s R&B sample in there. And yeah, the content is kind of redundant. She does position herself as a sex type rapper, and I appreciate that, but I was watching Rules to This Shit on BET, and they had women and men in the industry talk about image and how, like, the pressures to maintain image. One of the things the women artists spoke about was the pressure to maintain sexuality, not only in appearance but in lyrics. And Mila J, she actually made some points about how when you come out a certain way as a woman, she's speaking from her perspective, when you come out as a woman a certain way, let's say sexual, they expect you to be that way all the time.
Once you come out as one way, in general, like, the public will try to pigeonhole you and say, well, no, you should only be sexy all the time. I mean, you know, if you do something other than that, it's like, oh my God, is she losing her mind? So I feel like is that pressure to where you can almost fold and be like, oh, like, you feel pigeonholed, but you just gotta express yourself.
So she spoke on the pressure of having to always maintain this type of sexuality that the fans, not only the fans, but the label expects from her because of how she came out. So if you go read my album review or my song review on Megan Thee Stallion's song Sex Talk, you'll see that, you know, I quoted that episode from Rules to This Shit on BET, and I kind of posed that question towards Megan Thee Stallion. She's coming out very sexual, not only in her lyrics, but, you know, and the content she's putting out in the media, with the twerking videos and, you know, the Big Old Freak video. So the question I pose is, does she risk pigeonholing herself as just a sexual only artist? Will the fans respond if she decides to take another route, let's say for a project or for a couple songs or for a single? How will the fans respond? She seems to have a pretty loyal fan base, but how will the label respond? Will they let her do that? Does she want to do that? You know, just a question I pose. So yeah, the content was one thing on the Tina Snow album or is this an EP or album? EP or album? I'm not sure how it can be an EP when it's 10 songs, but you know, it is only 30 minutes. But anyways, yeah, so just a question I pose. You know, the content did get kind of redundant for me, but at 10 songs, 30 minutes, it's not really a big deal, especially with this being her first offering. Feels fresh. Her album's coming in April this month, according to her, album titled Fever. So, you know, that's kind of why I did this album review to get us prepped for her actual studio debut. So, shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. Shout out to all what do her fans call it? Stallionaires. the Steed, the hot girls, I don't know. Top5rapwebsite.com. Peace.